Alright, so in the last video, we took a look at definite and indefinite articles in Spanish. And basically, what he concluded was that um, you would have L for definite, un for indefinite, right? La una, los unos, las unas, los unos, uh, la una, el un. Right, so you can see the similarity here in terms of the letters A, O and S, right? Los unos, es, las unas. So el un, la una, los unos, las unas. So and then it could have like a mixture of genders, but the male uh, article is used. For instance, you could have a mixed group, right? But we use unos gatos, which is the plural form of los, which you just saw. Los unos gatos. El gato, los gatos, la gata, las gatas, un gato, unos gatos, una gata, unas gatas, un libro, una pluma, una manzana. So, with that said, let's take the quiz, shall we? The books. Alright, the books. So, this is obviously definite. Um, and it should be los, because libro, as we know, is a masculine. Uh, I mean, it is masculine, right? So it should be los libros, right? And we can also eliminate. It's not el libro, it's not la revista, it's not las revistas. So airplane. So I'm not looking at the options right now, but airplane, for what I know, is avion, right? And an airplane, which to me sounds indefinite, right? And avion, which is eon, is feminine. So if you look at that, it should be la avion, but because it appears to be indefinite, I would think that it would be una avion. Again, I'm not looking at the options right now because sometimes options, it tends to help you, but it also tends to confuse you at the same time. So in this case, I think if you look at the options, it would more likely confuse. Again, it depends, right? So some pencils. Pencils, I don't remember what the word was, but the fact that I use some would obviously mean it's indefinite. So it could either be uh, pencils, and this is plural. So it could either be um, los, it could be either be unos, or it could either be unos or unas. All right, so that is my predicament. So obviously unos and unas is right here. So obviously one of these two options. Lapices. Uh, Lapices to me sounds quite familiar, which is something which I've probably encountered in one of those lessons. Lapices doesn't ring a bell, so to speak. So lapices. Obviously, the plural form of lapis would be lapices because you replace the z with a c and you add an es. So I think, to me, we lost lapices with meaning pencil is a masculine word. The female professor. So the female professor, and this is definite. right? And the female word for professor will be professora, and it should be la profesora because it's just one professor, and it is um, quite definite. A decision. All right, so decision. I think it should be decision, or and since it's a decision or a decision, it's not definite. It's indefinite, and for that, and since it's decision, Xian is obviously feminine, and it should be so it'll not be la decision because that will make it definite. So the indefinite form will be una decision. A male cat. Alright, so a male cat obviously is indefinite, right? And right? A male, so that's indefinite. And cat is obviously a male cat will be gato, and so it's not going to be el gato because that would make it uh, definite. So the the indefinite version would be el would be un gato. All right, there it is. The voice. All right, so the voice there is definitely definite, and because it sounds the voice it sounds to be singular, so it could either be, again I cannot determine the gender of this noun, so it can either be L or it could be La, right? So the other two options we can eliminate, and I've not seen options yet, but let's see the options now. So L or La. So obviously they don't have L, um, so I would eliminate las and una. So it's either la voz or la conversación. So to me it looks more like was. So I'll mark this as the answer. Wow, it's quite a long set, right? Oh my god. Okay, let's move on then. Uh, some students. Students is estudiante, and since some is uh, sorry, so since some is indefinite, uh, we would either use since it's plural, and just for the purpose of elimination. So let's just make it for masculine. It would be unas, unos, and for feminine it would be una. So anything other than that we can eliminate. And estudiantes. All right, so let's just look at the options that eliminate ones which are not unos or unas. Uh, Alright, so we're eliminating the second and the fourth option, which gives us unas estudiantes, unos estudiantes, uh, which says male and female. So this is a mixed group, and from mixed group we learned that the male uh, article gets precedence. So in this case, um, it should be unos estudiantes. Alright, so this is the second section. Alright, here we go. Alright, so there are only two different articles, L and los, which is incorrect because you obviously have the plural form, which is L would be los, la would be las. There are four definite articles: el, la, los, las. True. There are only two indefinite articles: un, una. False. I mean, you should have un, unos, una, unas. There are four indefinite articles: un, una, unos, unas. True. Un means both a and one when used in a masculine noun. True. When referring to a specific noun, use the indefinite article. False. Una means both a and one when used for feminine noun. Feminine noun. True. You choose the form or the article by whether or not the noun it introduces is masculine or feminine, single or plural. This is absolutely correct. Alright, choose the appropriate article. Some chairs. Alright, so chairs is plural and some is indefinite. So it can either be los, so it can either be it could either be unos or unas. Alright, so sillas. Well, this is a little tricky, right? Okay, sillas. So, since I would think that by seeing the noun here, the singular form would be sillas. So I would think that uh, the singular form would have been silla, which would, unless it was an exception, would have been a feminine noun, right? So sillas. So I would go with unas, a table. Okay. This is obviously feminine and A is indefinite. So I would go with una. A cat. A cat. Cat is gato. Alright, so obviously um, in English you cannot determine it's a male or female or a feminine word. So obviously with the what is given here, it's gata. So it should be a feminine, describing feminine, female cat, so to speak. Uh, so again, this is indefinite. So we'll make it una. Some airplanes. Airplanes is avion. Avion is female. So and since it's plural uh, and it's indefinite, we got unas. Uh, unas aviones. All right. I guess the last exercise for this is write 5 sentences about any subject. All right. So let's do. Okay, let's write 5 sentences. Me llamo es. Okay, let's put my name as X. That's one sentence. And let's just give an random me anos. Let's just give a random, okay, about any subject. Me gusta correr, like to run, and it's about me. So um, okay, 2 more sentences. Come on. Uh, I forget what's it called to for it to rain. Um, but all right. So without further ado, without further ado, sorry, just trying to remember. All right. Uh, me gusta correr. Um, vivo en Estados Unidos, which I think means United States of America, and one more before we end this. And uh, I es el viernes. Right, so 5 sentences. Me llamo es X, my age is 25. Gusta correr, viernes. Alright. Alright, so let's submit. Okay, so we got 2 incorrect. It's not bad, but let's see what are the ones that are wrong. Okay. Alright, so I had mistaken avion to be a feminine word. This is not. So avion is a masculine word. Eon. Alright. What I mean, unos. Alright, avion is a masculine word. Alright, that's good to know. So in the next video, I'll be taking a mini test. So until then, see you next time.